right, guys. Hey, it's Takeover Tuesday here on the Pat on Fin Podcast Network. John Rapp, Rusty Hook Podcast. Got a great show for you, so let's kick it off.
You're watching the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. Welcome to the Rusty Hook Podcast, presented by Feelfree Kayaks. Paddle, pedal, or power, there's something for everyone. ZPRO Lithium, serious power for serious anglers. DuBro Fishing, American marine application soft plastics. Big Lake Bait Company, Texas's #1 custom bait maker. Raw and unfiltered. Streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Bringing you gear reviews and candid interviews from the industry's best. Angler profiles, tournament news, and legendary knowledge from kayak fishing's best. Grab that cold drink and get settled in. Now here's John Rapp, our host.
All right. Welcome to the Rusty Hook Kayak Fishing Podcast. I see we got several folks already showing up to check us out. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment to all these show locations. We're streaming on 4 platforms tonight. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, formerly Twitter, now X, and a Twitch page. Now, hey, I got a great show for you, but before I kick off and bring on this new power couple from West Virginia, yes, another WV folks kicking it off. Much love for the WV. But hey, I know you're not here to hear about that. You're hearing about their product. But speaking of marketing and other things like that, I work for Feelfree Kayaks, and we're kicking off a big marketing campaign. And I just want to share with you guys the SummerSlam 5 event. It's kicking off July 5th. All right. So I want to remind you guys that event starts July 5th. It's up on Tourney X. If you have a Feelfree family brand, so if you're in a Big Fish, Feelfree, Seastream, or Johnny boat, you are eligible to join this. Now, the event, the tournament, the customer appreciation event here we're doing is free. Feelfree is paying your entry fee. So all you have to do is have that boat, jump in, and as you can see, we just posted this today, and we're already up to 52 folks. The 100 slots is where it caps out. So 48 of you, if you want to get involved, you better jump in quick, because I'd say by tomorrow evening we'll be capped out. All right, so without further ado, I want to bring on Jeff and Vicki. Some folks out from the valley side of the Mountain State, or actually, I guess you could say it's flatlanders. They're flatlanders, but hey, they've got a new product that we're excited about. They've been working hard, and I want to bring them on and ask them how it went from a piece of paper to the back of a truck. So without further ado, let's bring on Jeff and Vicki. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good, John. Thanks for having us.
Well, it's a pleasure, and like we were talking pre-show, I met you guys. Never heard of you, didn't know anything about you. Was invited up to Morgantown to work with Mountaineer RV. That's somebody you guys need to go talk to down and talk to. Joe Sterrett. Yeah. Well, it sounds like Vicki already has.
We know Joe.
Good. Well, I mean, he's a big supporter of Feelfree. He sells all of our boats there. But he's got a great facility there. And I was up there supporting him, trying to sell kayaks, and I saw one of my buddies, Michael Rodner, who was over in next to you guys. I was looking for him. Ran into you guys. I was like, wow. check that out. And, incredible product. So, folks, if you haven't checked out what Jeff and Vicki are into, I'm going to pull up their Facebook page for you guys to look at. And actually, I think that's the booth right there from that day.
Yep.
If correct me if I'm wrong.
That might have been the Harrisburg show, but it was a similar setup. Yeah,
real similar, similar. But you guys go take a look at their Facebook page, and they also have a website, YouTube, and stuff like that. But you can go see Vicki and Jeff doing a lot of demonstrations. They got some of their pro staff and people like that who demonstrate their stuff like that. But I want to bring you guys back on. I'm going to give you the floor and let you guys tell your story on how this happened. Where are you? How are you guys? Well, let me get the right screen here. There we go. I'll bring you over here and let you guys have the floor. Take over the floor here and just give me a rundown on from paper to the live deal, how you guys got things kicked off.
Well, actually, John, it didn't even start with paper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Two befores?
Steel. It started with steel.
We got our kayaks a little over 2 years ago, and we spent every other weekend camping and kayaking. And we hauled our kayaks on just a regular headache rack on our truck. Well, we was at Stonewall one weekend, and it was a day about like today. And before we had this, we would have to break our kayaks down. We have trolling motors and batteries on our kayaks, and just to get it light enough to put on the truck, we would have to take all that stuff off of it.
We even took the seats off.
Yeah, we even took.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
But like I say, it was a day about like today, and we had been out on the lake. We'd spent about 7 hours out on the lake that day, come back to the truck, and I had hurt my back just a little bit a couple weeks before that, and we were trying to get the kayak shoved up there. Well, after we got them shoved up on the truck, I looked at my wife and I said, there's got to be an easier way. And she said, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, I want something that'll take my kayak sitting right there in the water and put it on my truck, and I don't have to touch it. So she told me to do some research, see what I could find. And so I did. I took a couple months and looked on, searched the internet and everything, and there was absolutely nothing. There was a lot of load assist, but there was nothing out there that actually loaded the kayak for you.
Right.
So I went back to her. I said, there is nothing. She said, well, build it.
He's pretty innovative. He can fix problems.
So I spent all winter that winter in my basement. I have a shop in my basement, and I spent all summer all winter in the basement. And that spring, I had what we have now, except it was in a steel version, which weighed about 700 pounds. But it worked great. And we started going to the lakes and going to the campgrounds, and everywhere we went, there were people interested in it. Want to know where I got it? And
tell them about the Tractor Supply.
Yeah. So
in Weston,
we were I needed something from Tractor Supply. And bear in mind, I built this for me and her to make our lives easier.
We didn't build it to put out into the masses. No. It was just for us.
So one morning before we went to the lake, I ran up to Tractor Supply there in Weston. And as I was going through the parking lot, I noticed two guys over to my left running through the parking lot to where I was headed. Well, I parked and they ran up to the truck and wanted to know what it was. And so I wound up demoing it right there in the parking lot at Tractor Supply. And
that's awesome.
After I got the kayaks back up on the truck, I didn't know it, but there was an older gentleman sitting in a pickup beside of me. and he had been watching this through his side mirror. Well, when them boys left, he got out of his truck and walked back to me and put his hand on my shoulder, and he goes, "You know, son, if you don't patent that, somebody will, and then you're going to be kicking yourself." Right. So at that point, that's really the point that me and her looked at each other and said, "You know, he might be on to something."
Well, that in every single place we would be, the campground, Tractor Supply parking lot, Walmart parking lot, the gas station. Oh yeah, and the boat ramp, right?
Yeah.
Every place we were, we had a crowd of people around us going, "I have never seen anything like that. Where can I get one of those?" And so we're like, gosh, maybe we have something here.
So we started about, like I said, going on 3 years now. I started refining it, and we've been a little over 2 years now.
Well, we found a patent attorney.
Yeah.
We started with that about 2 years ago. We got a patent attorney, which was not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, especially where we live.
Yeah, but we found a great one out of Charleston, and she's been just phenomenal to work with. And actually, as we tell our story, everyone that we have had the privilege of working with in our little network of our village here, you know, it's not very many people that get to walk this road of creation from nothing into conception of a product and manufacturing and being able to sell it. So we're excited to do it, but the people that are working with us are excited to help us do it too. So the patent process, we started that.
Yeah, we started the patent process, and this past week we just got a notification that our patent was granted, and they're going to issue it July the 2nd.
Yay!
Of this year. So at that point, after we was patent pending, I started refining it. And I knew that I have 2 trucks, so mine never comes off my truck. But not most people are not like that. They have one truck, and they have to use that truck to travel back and forth to work. And so I told my wife that we was going to have to make it light enough so that guys on Friday night could load it on their truck, and Sunday evening take it back off their truck and use their truck through the week for work. So I went, everybody still wanted me to build it out of steel. They said I couldn't afford to build it out of aluminum, but I was set on building it out of aluminum. And we did. We built several prototypes, and it's been a long road. And I'm the type of person, my mom always told me growing up, anything worth doing is worth doing right.
Exactly.
And I wanted a product that you could use and it would wear you out. You wouldn't wear it out. And but this product is I have to say, I'm not bragging, but this is a very good product. It's easy to use. It was getting to the point where that part of kayaking, it was taking the fun out of kayaking, because you was wringing wet with sweat by the time you got on the lake, and then you knew you had to load that thing back on the truck after you got back. And you can see there in the video that you're showing that it does it for you. If you can push a button, you can go kayaking. And some of the reasons that we built this, there are several reasons that we built this. Number one, I was getting old, and it was either find something like this, or there wasn't going to be very more years go by that I wasn't going to be able to do it. And
I hear you there, buddy. I hear you there.
Everybody's getting older, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every single person I know is getting older.
But we love being in nature. And one of the reasons we built this is there's even a lot of like 30-year-old guys out there that go fishing by themselves, and it's just a pain. They have a lot of accessories on their kayaks, and they have to pretty much break them down to get them loaded and unloaded. And
a lot of women.
And a lot of women. Yeah,
you can go use this product and not have to have anybody's help to go load and unload your boat.
So I guess the question that a lot of people are going to ask is like, can you use it where it's set up, like in this photo here? I'll bring to the stage. Do you have a single unit, or do you just sell them in doubles like that? Or
I can build it in a single, yes.
Okay.
Right now we don't, but it's something. Basically, all I would have to do is change the where the hinge mounts are on the back, and just drill an extra set of holes for the hinge.
Yeah, that's something that I'm sure that people will be asking down the roads. Like, if let's say Vicky's not wanting to go to Florida with you to go fish a big tournament down there, and you just want to take one kayak, and you can take off one of those loading systems and center it and go, and then still store your stuff. Because the way you have it set up, I mean, you can still put lots of boxes and crates and other things underneath it in the truck. That's the one thing I liked about it when I saw it up in Morgantown. I was like, caught my eye immediately. I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about packing all my gear in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I can keep it clean.
And then coming up very soon, it's in the development stages. We are going to have a trailer version. So
Sweet.
The same concept, but maybe somebody who doesn't have a full-size truck, or they have a tonneau cover, and so they can't use our loader with their cover on their truck. Maybe they have an SUV with a hitch on it. It's going to be the same concept with the winches to load your boats, just on a trailer.
Yeah, that'll work. That would be great. I've got an old jet ski trailer.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you. I mean, y'all from West Virginia. West Virginia. And I mean, I know you like Jeeps. I have always been a Jeep person. Beth loves her Jeeps. We just don't have one right now, but we keep looking. Mm-hmm. And I've got that jet ski trailer out there. I actually spent. You'll laugh at me, Jeff, because I took it down to a fab place here in Mount Nebo, and I took it down there 8 years ago, and I said, I want a big casket built on it, 8 foot long, so I could put rods in it, and about 2.5 foot deep, so I could put paddles and crates and stuff like that. And guys said, okay, I can do that. And he built it out of aluminum. He fabricated it, built 8 foot. It cost me about $900.
Mm-hmm.
But he built locks on it, had hinges. But what he failed to think about when he built the hinges on the side was rain.
Yeah.
So I had it sitting outside for about 2 weeks to a month, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna go take that thing to get it DMV, get my tags on it and everything. I went out to lift it. I couldn't lift it off the ground, and I opened it up, and it had about 18 inches of water in it. And I'm like, well, so that was money spent not well. So it's been sitting underneath my carport now for the last 8 years.
Well, we're actually going to come out with accessories like a waterproof container in the front of the trailer to put your life jackets and stuff like that in,
Beautiful.
Rod holders and stuff like that.
I can't wait to see it. I mean, because that's the kind of stuff that people will be wanting, and especially when you're selling it with that package too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to be awesome. Hey guys, stand by. Let's take a quick break and then give you 20 seconds to get a drink, and then we'll be right back.
Nice.
Feelfree Kayaks. Paddle, pedal, or power. Something for everyone. DuBro Fishing. Marine products for fresh or saltwater adventures. ZPRO Lithium. Serious power for serious anglers. Big Lake Bait Company. Texas's #1 custom soft plastics.
Hey guys, welcome to the Rusty Hook Kayak Fishing Podcast. We've been through 20 minutes of live, raw, and unfiltered chat with Jeff and Vicki over from the flatlands of West Virginia. You know, they're over. Nah, it's not flat over there. Who am I kidding? They're in the mountains too. They're just over next to Ohio. I'll give them a hard time about probably being Cincinnati Red fans or Buckeye fans or something. Because, you know, I don't see anything in their background like I've got in mine that says they love the WV. So let's give them a hard time about that and bring our guests back on the show. Hey, guys, welcome back.
Hey. No WV here, but you know, we've only been in the facility since April, so we're actually still just kind of making it our own. You know, we did hang our KLS banner up here for the show tonight.
That's outstanding. Awesome.
Yeah.
But we were both, well, I was born in West Virginia. I was lived most of my life in St. Mary's. That's right on the river. We live in Pennsboro now, but our manufacturing facility is actually just outside of West Union on Route 50.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are out in the middle of God's country, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So, you know, we showed a couple of your videos there. What is your body of waters over there you're hitting? Y'all go over down to down around Jackson County and do a lot of your recreation water, or do you stay on the river?
Go ahead.
Well, we're about 12 miles from North Bend. There's a 500-acre lake there.
Yeah.
My brother actually lives on the Ohio River, and we do go over there occasionally and fish the Ohio River. But our lake of choice is Stonewall.
Stonewall Jackson.
I like Summersville too.
Oh yeah.
It's just a little bit further.
Yeah, I'm about 3 hours from you, give or take.
Yeah.
2.5. So.
But we love Stonewall. That's our. We have some really good friends at the campground there where we stay, and
what area y'all put in? Oil Creek or Scan Creek or the park or
Vandalia.
Vandalia? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you get, what is it, maybe 100 yards or so off the boat ramp, then it's no wake zone for like 5 miles, and there's a little island there. We like to go hang out there and have lunch and just relax.
You guys know where that musky hole is right there off to the right of the island?
Fish muskie.
I know where you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little cove up in there.
Oh yeah, we like it up there.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful lake. Beth and I we've hit it on a few occasions over the years. So yeah, okay. So Kayak Loading Solutions. Concept, patented. Now you guys have talking about you got your truck version, or we have just spilled the beans on a soon to be released trailer version. Yep. What else you got in the works?
Well, that's about it right now. That's
keeping us
pretty busy. But
okay, I guess you just opened up your new facility. You want to talk about your warehouse and where you're at if you have dealers?
We're just off of Route 50 at the Smithburg exit. Or you can get off at the Mark West plant onto Smithton Road. We're actually on Smithton Road. The interstate's just right behind our facility. But we started 4 months ago. We opened up. We hired 2 employees. We have an engineer on staff, and he also works in the shop. And then we hired a boy who actually just married my granddaughter. And but I keep telling the other guy that's not why I hired.
He's our welder.
Yeah, he's our welder. He's a certified welder, and he ran a fab shop in Texas for 2 or 3 years, and he earns his keep. And as a matter of fact,
tell him how we weld this.
Yes,
because it's aluminum, you know. And
right. It's a little tricky to weld and make
it
look good.
Yeah.
So I invested in a laser welder, and it actually welds with laser light. And you don't have all the sparks and stuff that you do. The heat signature's not as hot on aluminum, but you get 100% penetration.
And it's clean looking.
Yes, and it's a very clean weld, and it's state of the art, and it really does a good job. It's night and day compared to try to TIG it or something like that. But,
right, yeah.
And like I said, the trailer mounted version, we've all something else I want to bring up too.
Sure, awesome.
We have field tested this for 2 years. Plus, our engineer, we were able to simulate testing on this, wind shear and everything you can think of what, and it has been tested and certified that at 85 mile an hour, the weakest point on this rack is still 2.2 times stronger than it needs to be. So this is not something that we just dreamed up and thrown out there. This has been engineered and tested, and it has passed with flying colors. And we've already done preliminary testing on our trailer version, and everything so far is looking great. So it's just, my dad also had a saying, and that saying was, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. No, that's not the one.
That's a great saying. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that probably live by that.
My dad always said, if you give somebody your word, that even if it winds up biting you, you still follow through with what you told them. And I will personally guarantee, if you buy one of these, it's one of the safest products on the market. And it'll work like it was designed to work. And it'll load and unload your kayaks for years.
And free shipping.
And free shipping.
50 miles. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. That's something y'all just recently put out on your pages. Hey, I think a lot of people might like to know a little bit. We know that you've got these sliders here that the boats sit on, and they're winched up, right? If I'm correct.
No,
they're not.
They actually
up?
No, they don't winch up.
Okay.
They pull out. It's telescoping. If you look right at the bottom of the screen on the passenger side, you can see where they telescope in. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, right here.
Those pull out. You can pull those out with one hand. And
okay, the top part up here where it sits, like this little piece right here?
Yeah, that's just for the kayak. That's a platform for the kayak to sit on.
Now, how do you, when the guys and gals hook up the boat up to the top, there's
a
like
winch right there where you're at. Yeah.
Yeah, right there. So it hooks to the front of the boat. Now, once you've winched them nice and tight, is there like tie downs on the side so that you've got set up for that?
Yes, there's actually eyelets that's already there to put your ratchet straps on.
Yes, is that it right here in the middle?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones that we are selling now actually have two in the center, because by putting that, I call it bleacher seating, the bleacher planks for the platform for the kayak to sit on, it was kind of a slicker. It was
platform.
Yeah, it was a slicker platform, and when you would ratchet it up, it would pull your kayak sideways. So I actually put two eyes in the center, and then there's one eye on each side.
Okay, that makes sense, and that's what I was looking at, because I know that new canoes are not relatively heavy. They're wide, but some guys may be using some of them bigger Hobies and some of the heavier boats on there, and I know both of you have shown videos where you keep your XI3s on the front, or your front motors when they get mounted too, and so a lot of folks will be curious and how the boat is secured, so when you move it up there, it doesn't shimmy or move. especially, and then you were talking also about the traveling at 85 miles an hour, which is a good point because where it sets at an angle, that wind's coming off the V of the boat, which is actually great because that's what it's designed for, is to move
Right.
things, water, air, but yeah,
I actually leave my winch hooked up,
that would make sense. I would too. I would think.
and I just pull my kayak up to the cross brace on it. We actually have safeties on our winches so you can't,
Overwind it.
overwind it.
That was part of our product testing, John. I promise.
So did some plastic get cracked and tore on some old
Actually,
boats?
no. When we shot that video, the YouTube video at North Bend, friends of ours were shooting it using their drone, and I've loaded my boat 100 times with it. Never had a problem, but I may have been distracted that day. Maybe I was talking too much and just kept hitting the button and didn't pay attention. And when my boat got up and hit the cross piece, we had carabiners on it.
Okay.
Aluminum.
Carabiners. It broke the carabiner and my boat went flying back into the lake. But that was safety testing there. I've already tested that for you guys and we fixed it. So it's all good.
So Jeff, do you sell anything with this that some rednecks like me could use that as a slide down into the water when I've had one too many beverages or anything like that?
Well, you could use it for that. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could do that.
Awesome, man. Well,
But yeah, I leave the winch on the front and I put a ratchet strap across the back, and we've been to Georgia, we've been to
We've never had a problem.
PA with it, and I have even, we went to a tournament in Georgia here a while back, and
yeah, you went down there with Drew Gregory's group. I
Yeah,
saw
we
you
were
were down
at
there.
the
Yeah,
Kayak Adventure Series.
awesome. Drew's good. That's great.
Yeah.
And I purposely would wait till a tractor and trailer would be passing another tractor and trailer, and then I would get up right behind the inside one. And sometimes what that does to your truck. It'll kind of
Right.
make truck jump around a little bit. We have a sunroof in our truck, and she would watch the kayaks. And I've done everything I can think of to
Test it.
put some pressure on it, and though your kayaks do not move. And
Yeah, that would be some great video with an Insta360. Just slide that thing up, telescope it up.
Yeah.
There you go.
But the kayaks, we went all the way to Georgia, and I think we stopped one time and tightened one strap. And other than that, our kayaks, especially after all this computer simulation, and the computer programs that we use are the industry standard. So it's just not something and
We're just trying to do it right.
yes.
We're just two plain people from West Virginia that he had a great idea, and we're just trying to put one foot in front of the other and figure it out.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a winner to me. I mean, so I know, in the last 6 months, you've went from show to show. You've opened up your a facility. You've got 4 employees now. You got your first dealer that's recently.
And you mentioned at the beginning of the show, Michael Ridenauer. He's actually
boy.
coming. He's coming to the facility tomorrow and picking up a loader.
I knew that he was talking about buying one back when we were at the show in
He's
March.
been eyeing them for a long time.
Yeah.
Before they were ever ready to be out and about. So we're excited he's going to be here tomorrow.
Well, we need to get him to slap a big sticker on the side of his truck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, Mike's a great guy. He's been on the show quite a bit, so I'm surprised that we don't see any comments on here from him about it. But so fill us in a little bit more. What you got planned for the next? Well, I mean, you've gave us a lot to consume. A lot of folks out there don't know about your product because you're so new and very regional right now. But now that we've got Colorado, Illinois,
Yeah.
and all parts paddle and fin over the nation here, that hopefully we can get a little bit more information out about what you guys do. And I'm excited to see you and watch you keep growing and putting out all these other things. But I'm sure you, both of you are taking baby steps to make sure that you do things to where it doesn't hurt you in the long run either. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a journey. There's a lot that you don't know until it slaps you in the face, and you got to figure out a way to deal with it. But we're doing it. We're making it happen, and we have units ready to go. So I'm just going to put that out there. We have 20 truck units that we could put out the door. So anybody that's interested in them, call me, message me on any of the channels, send me an email, and we do have the free shipping within a 650-mile radius. So, and those units are going to come out, John, already assembled. Hey, Michael.
Looky who just showed up.
Yeah, there he is.
His ears were burning.
Yeah, they were. But the units, we are excited to be able to say that they're going to go out already assembled. So we had looked into maybe having to put them in some packaging and how we were going to ship that. And it's just been a whole thing. But we found a hot shot driver here locally, and he can put them on his trailer already assembled. So you would just have to have a buddy to help you unload it, because our driver is not going to be responsible for that. But you could unload it straight from his trailer and right into your truck and be ready to go in 10 minutes.
That's another advantage to being right there on Route 50.
Yeah.
In the interstates, because you guys can catch a lot of those guys moving back and forth.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Catch them when they're empty, and they can do. Well, I can't remember what that term is in the shipping industry, but like when if they have a dedicated run where they're going up from, let's say, Roanoke, Virginia to Chicago, Illinois, and they may pick up something that's on their way back.
You know what that is? Like a callback, or what were you guys were talking about?
Triplies?
No, like to come back or whatever.
Yeah, it's almost like they're just picking up the load and making a little extra money on their way home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're on the road, they, miles are money to.
Yes, exactly.
So they need to be hauling something. But we'll deliver direct to consumer. We're entertaining, working with some dealers. Love to have some dealers, further west and branch out a little bit. So open to all of that.
We've been contacted by people like in Nebraska, retailers that are interested. We're in talks with them right now, and
we just feel like if we could just get a few of them out there, they're going to sell themselves.
And guys, a guy like Michael, who travels the tournament scene, all over the nation, will definitely get eyes on, and that should help with not only promotion, but and name recognition, but hopefully money in your pocket.
Yeah,
so.
And that's it. It's all been going the other way here lately.
It's all been outgoing. We need a little incoming.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, you was asking what our plans was. We want to get our trailer version out there. And right now we are focusing on contacting retailers and trying to,
build a market.
Yeah, we're trying to build a market for it, and that's what we're concentrating on right now. We want to get our trailer version out there. I don't know what else I could do to the truck-mounted version to make it any better. I mean, I built several prototypes, and I've improved it every time. And I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to put some accessories on it. But
I mean, that would actually be pretty cool, where you got one boat and then somebody could use that thing to slide down the additional item that you're building for poles and another box.
I want to keep the bed still open.
Yeah.
I think that I could make it to where I could put some drawers or some, some waterproof. Everything I do is going to be waterproof, and I'm going to test it. But
Amen.
um, we'll be looking at accessories, but right now we want to, and I can build one or two kayak units. So especially with the well, I can do it with either one.
Double or single, you mean? The single or double?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about earlier, Mike. He was he's going to be building some accessories, and he could even just use the typical PVC rod tube and add some stuff where he could slide it on and off of there.
Right.
Hey, we're just at the beginning. Who knows where this road's going to take us, but we're having fun doing it, and we're excited to actually have our product on the market now.
Well, we're tickled that it's out there, because I know I'm not getting any younger, and that's one of the reasons I moved away from some of the heavier boats and went with the Feelfree Moken, because it's so light. I can still move it quite easily, even with my motor on it. Mm-hmm. But this is awesome, totally awesome.
Well, we wouldn't be afraid for anybody to put. We kind of in our owner's manual put a 200-pound limit per rail, and that's going to catch 99.9. A normal kayak weighs around 80 pounds. If it's going to be hard to put more than. Of course, I know some of them would. This is not a challenge to put more than 120 pounds worth of accessories in their boat.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at, most of the, and this is something that the folks out there might be watching want to know, but when you've done some field testing, we know New Canoe does well. What other brands did you guys play with when you were working?
John, I wouldn't be afraid to put anything on there.
Did you run Mikey's new?
This is 175 dry.
Yeah.
Bragger.
Yeah, that's because he buries 90 pounds of plastic down in the holes. But no, seriously, I know the Feelfree Dorado. It's our Cadillac from the Feelfree side, and it probably weighs, with the seat staying in it, maybe 125, 130 pounds. And it's got a tri-hull, and so the new canoes are a little bit more of a ocean type hull, so they don't have the bunch of
ribs
in it. So what of your testing with those type of kayaks led to? They run just as
are they semi-flat, say like in the middle or the back?
Yeah, they sort of, but they run a little lower. It's like the middle will run maybe an inch and a half lower than the sides. That way, when you're doing that secondary stability type stuff, if you're moving, it catches the water and acts a little bit as a stabilizer.
I've had this wasn't this was in the beginning of our kayaking, but I had like a Lifetime set on top.
Right.
That kind of had a rounded bottom in the middle. It would dome up in the middle. No problems. Now, I'm not going to say that every kayak is going to go up the rails the same way mine does. And the most you would ever have to do, the winch is going to keep it centered in the center of the rails, okay? Yeah, you might say
just have to adjust
the
your rear
Frontier
ends.
12 has two ribs 12 inches apart. And that's how wide my rails are. The most you might have to do is put your hand on it and steady it. Now, once it gets to the back of your truck, there's a roller there right above your tailgate. Once it hits that roller, you can let go of it and it's going to come up and it's going to set down on that flat platform, and it'll be centered in the center of those rails. Just
came to me, Mikey's got a Native. It's got that big old heavy bathtub that the Native sells. So Michael, when you get yours and you get up there, you need to do a YouTube video for
Yeah,
Jeff and Vicki and show them how that works for us. And
absolutely.
we can share it on the West Virginia Kayak Anglers page, Paddle and Fin page, and go from there. But and I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the last 45 minutes. I guess we can start winding things down. My goodness, we've really put out a lot of info here. You guys have really shared a lot of information on your product, except the one thing that maybe people are asking: what are you guys? Shipping is free. What is your retail? And,
Retail is $4,995.
Okay.
So right at $5,000. But like we said, it's all aluminum. It's quality made. It's built to last. We realize that's not a impulse buy. It's an investment, but we feel like the market that's going to be looking at buying this, they're buying the higher end kayaks. You know, they are going to want to take care of their investment in their kayak, and this is just going to make life easier because we're all getting older, right? We've covered this many times this evening. So it's just going to keep life easy and let you enjoy nature and push a button to load your boat.
Well, that's the thing too, is that these guys that are looking at that possibly buying this, is that they're going to have the high end boats. They're going to be fishing the high end tournaments, and time is money there too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I know I've been on tournaments, and I've watched, and Michael's done it. Is that if I go to a ramp and I've spent 2 hours there and it's dead, there's nothing there, but I know I have another location 15 miles down the road that I want to go to.
Yep.
Being able to do this, load up as quickly as you can here without tearing things down, putting things back in the truck, then going back and putting it back together, that's significant. So,
well, from the time you back down the ramp, 5 minutes later, your truck is parked and you're going out through the lake.
Well, that's the thing. We just watched it, and guys, go if you're just catching the show, go to their YouTube page. I showed it here earlier, but they did a promo video where they had 2 new canoes with their XI3s on the front. They both were off the truck and in the water in less than a minute.
Yeah.
So it's
and you're going to look cool doing it.
You're going to be the coolest guy in the marina.
That's right. That's right.
So that's important.
Well, I guess that's the thing. When you're selling this stuff, that's an awesome. Do you send any nice decals and loaders for them, or like on the back of your truck here? And I keep pointing at it, and I'll just bring it right up and show people. This nice decal on the back of your truck, like your Kayak Loading Solutions here on the right side of your GMC. That's something that you might want to attach to and put in that box for people to throw on the back of their truck.
Yeah.
It's just branding for you guys.
Yeah, we're actually, it's funny that you said that. You know, like I said, we just kind of keep trying to figure this out as we go. I was talking with a branding expert today, and we might actually change that up a little bit just to make it, I don't know what the right word is, more appealing or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, branding is definitely important, getting our name out there.
Well, yeah, we definitely need to do that so we can put y'all's hard work out there and put it in. Will tickle me to death if I'm, like, I'll be going to Florida to ICAST, and I know I reached out to you, and this is something that you guys need to think about next July.
Yeah.
Is going down there, and I know it's expensive. It's an investment for you,
right?
But and you guys are very familiar with the show scene, but that needs to be put in the new item showcase at ICAST.
We were just so show weary this year after doing the winter time and getting the shop up and running, and Jeff quit his job. I quit my job to do this full time and put our heart and soul into it. We just couldn't make ICAST happen this year, but it's definitely on the radar for next year.
Yeah, I definitely understand that, especially being new, because ICAST isn't for the faint of heart, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
But it's a national show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all about what is coming out for 2025. And so work as Vicki, as you said, as you guys get your branding together.
Yeah.
And that trailer that y'all do.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take a couple items down there and
Yeah.
because
After the winter shows, we didn't even talk to each other for about 2 weeks.
It's true. It's true.
I believe it. I think I did 4 shows. Went out to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Was in Tennessee. Saw you guys up in Morgantown.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been busy. Let's see. Oh, well, you might get some love down there anyway.
It's iCast.
You might have to work with him there. And
There you go.
Awesome, Mikey. I hope to see you down there. We're fishing our way down. Leaving on a Thursday. We're going to stop in Chattanooga, fish, shoot content with my buddy from DuBro. And that's another thing, Jeff, Vicki, if you ever need any parts, if you're looking for sourcing, look up DuBro Fishing up in Illinois. They're great people, all American made stuff. But they're in the hobby scene, and Mike's part of that team. He can fill you in. Okay. Ryan's a good friend of ours. He's the marketing director, but they're good people, and they may be able to get you some stuff that you need for your small parts and stuff. That, but we're shooting content in Chattanooga. We're going to stop in Georgia. Then we're going to go do some off-sea stuff on Tuesday after we set up on Monday. Excellent.
Nice.
Mikey. But hey, anyway, I really appreciate y'all. I'm going to give you the floor for the last couple minutes. Talk about your socials, your phone numbers, and where people can reach out to you. And then we'll close up shop.
All right, John. So he had our Facebook page. We are on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, all at Kayak Loading Solutions. Website, kayakloadingsolutions.com. Phone number is, well, the best phone number for the shop. We have the 866K loader on the truck. That'll ring into the shop during business hours, or it's 304-666. I didn't pick it, people. They just gave it to me. 1600.
Hey guys, and go sign up for their newsletter.
Sign up for our newsletter. You can send us an email at contact@kayakloadingsolutions.com. Give us a call. Shoot us a message on socials. We'd be happy to talk with you. Get one of these in the back of your truck.
Outstanding. Hey, nothing but love for you folks. Wish you nothing but the best, and thank you for taking the time to join us here on the Rusty Hook Kayak Fishing
Appreciate
Podcast.
you for having us, John.
No worries. Stand by, and I'll be right back with you. All right, guys, so we want to thank you guys for hanging out with me, Jeff, and Victoria tonight as we got to talk a little bit about the Kayak Loading Solutions. Make sure you go like, subscribe, and follow their pages and watch their journey. As you found out tonight, it's just beginning, and they have a lot of things that they have planned. Look forward to seeing what they do and being a part of what they do here in the Great Mountain State. Appreciate everybody who made the time to watch us. We had quite a few people on tonight. And make sure when you go out on the water, you stay safe. Always wear your PFD. But before I let you go, I want to remind you, like I did at the beginning of the show, you guys know I'm a team manager for Feelfree Kayaks, work with the marketing staff there. And we're starting off our new SummerSlam event for 2024 at SummerSlam 5. It's a 3-week event. We're giving away prizes weekly for the top output, your biggest fish, and the best scenery pick that somebody takes on the water. Just make sure you use the hashtag FeelFreeSummerSlam 2024. And with that, this is John Rapp from the Rusty Hook Kayak Fishing Podcast, along with my brother from another, Mikey. We wish you all a great evening, as well as from Jeff and Vicki. You know, they are from the other part of the state, but they do wish you well. Be blessed, God bless you, and stay safe.